everyone, welcome to the first of two festive editions of Soap from the Box, the podcast where I interview actor mates who star in some of the country's leading continuing dramas. And today I've not got one of them, I've got 5 of them. Yes, they all star in The Ceremony, a play written by Catherine Tyldesley, of course Eva from Coronation Street. I've directed the play and the opening night is online tonight at stream.theatre. So you can go and buy tickets now, it's on for 8 nights. It's £11 a ticket and all the money raised goes to struggling theatres and artists all around the UK. We stopped rehearsals a couple of weeks ago over lunch to record this podcast, so enjoy. Okay, so welcome to a very special Christmas edition of the podcast. I've not got 1 star here. I've got 5 stars here from the play we're putting on, which goes on sale today, called The Ceremony. So let me introduce everyone. We have Catherine Tyldesley.
Hi, babe.
We have Rahman Hughes.
Hello.
We have Jodie. I always say Prenger, but is it...
I say Prenger. My brother says Prenger.
Prenger. So Jodie, whatever you want to call her. Paula Lane.
Hi.
And Samantha Giles.
Hello.
Now, Catherine's already been on the podcast. Sam Giles is coming up on the podcast in her own edition. Now, we're missing Sue Johnson, aren't we, from the play?
Yeah.
Very sad today, but she'll be back ready for you to watch, everyone. But, Kat, tell me what made you wrote this play, which is incredible. What made you write this play?
I did a creative writing course during the first lockdown because there was nothing else to do really, wasn't there? And it just came from there. The subject matter has always fascinated me. And I had the character Donna Diem. I've been writing sketches for her for years. And I just felt that she kind of fitted into this idea that I had. And I sent the play to a really well-known producer for his opinion. And to be honest, I thought he'd send it back and say, oh, it's all right, we'll do this, this and this. And he sent it back and said, I want to do it, which was amazing. And then... obviously,
and then
got in touch with you.
When I recorded the podcast with you,
yeah,
that's when we actually talked about it.
And then you said, who's your dream cast? I told you, and everybody said yes.
Yeah.
And everyone said no.
Yeah, and we can't, we'll never get them, so...
You got us instead.
Yes, but it's all right, though, still.
Meryl Streep said no.
Yeah.
So.
And we're obviously doing it, people can download it today on stream.theatre. It's £10 to watch, definitely worth it. And we performed in the Leeds Varieties Music Hall. And your guys, Jodie, like you've obviously got such a theatre background. I mean, how is it? It's, what's the feeling amongst actors this year?
It's just, it's been a terrible year. But when you get to put on a show like this, it's joyous. It really is. And again, we're stepping into a theatre and I'm going to cry, I'm not going to lie. It's just going to be lovely. I mean, Daniel LaRue's performed there. Oh, the great. But it's just a brilliant show and it'll bring people joy, especially at times like this.
And have people missed theatre, do you think, Paula? Not just the actors, but even like Christmas, normally every family's going to pantomime and this year they're not.
The amount of messages that I've received from people saying, like this time last year, I was watching you on stage in Milton Keynes or wherever I was. I think people have got a real hole, they've really felt that. And theatre, entertainment in general, it just shows, doesn't it, what lockdown has, what has done for people, because we are missing that kind of, that joy, that love that we have for the entertainment industry.
Well, and I think, especially in the last few years, like the West End is not just theatre, like all the plays go on, all the shows go on tour now, don't they? Because you've done Tell Me on a Sunday, Jodie, quite a few tours. And what's the reaction like because people don't need to go to the West End anymore, really, do they?
No, they're like, thank God she's not working, really. It's not great. It's like, oh, thank God she's not on the road again. No, it's that miss, it's that connection, and it's always the way, isn't it? And it's the same with this, doing it on a stage is going to make it that extra bit special, because that is that interaction and that feeling of being on a live stage. You don't often get it. Well, you'll know more than with TV, it's a different medium.
Totally.
So to capture this, I think, is brilliant. But I think people really are missing it, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And the best thing is we're having a laugh. We've got the nicest group. I think that actually when we talked about actors, we always know, people listening out there, that you want a good team, don't you, that you can have a laugh with as well.
Why is the bad team?
Oh, yeah.
Spill the beans.
Well, it's Christmas, why not? So there's, from EastEnders, it's... No, we won't do that. So we're going to kick off, if I speak to you individually, with a little quiz. So I'm going to have to. It's basically we've got all the soaps here. So it's Corrie versus Emmerdale versus EastEnders. So I'm giving you Kath, Sam, to be Emmerdale because Kath also appeared in Emmerdale. Paula and Jodie are Corrie because Jodie, you were actually in the brilliantly, amazingly taken play.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Was it? You were.
Oh, it was awful. It was the
We're going to get to
Coronation
that.
Street, the musical was the worst thing that ever happened.
I've got the name of it here.
Why have I not seen that?
It was Street of Dreams.
Street of Screams.
You played Elsie Tanner.
Yeah, everything broke down. Me and Paul O'Grady was pushing things on the set. The costume lady started the job fine, then she had a limp, so everyone had to go and buy their own costumes. I dressed
my
the drag
God.
queens, and it was just horrendous on every level.
Was it written by a Corrie writer?
No,
Oh.
yes, I think Damien did some of it, but it's a shame. It's just it never had a rehearsal like we've done with this show.
Wow.
So the first run of the show, the lights and everything was the actual show, and
Oh my God.
it was horrendous.
So it kind of is down there with the Spice Girls musical.
I did call it Carry On Corrie. Yeah, it was. But yeah, thank you, Sam. I'm just a tag along.
So you are on the Corrie
musical
team
tag
now.
along,
And
okay.
Stephen, you're playing on your own for EastEnders.
Am I?
Yeah.
I'm always playing on my own.
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
Yeah. Playing catch up on the ratings. It's Christmas.
Are they?
A little bit, I think.
Are they?
I mean, we love it. So, it's 5 questions. So I think you just need to shout me if you got it, right? So they're all Christmas storylines from the soaps. What year was the episode? Actually, I'll give you. You can all have a guess on this one. What year was the ep of EastEnders that pulled in 30 million viewers when Den discovered Angie had lied about being terminally ill? So, Team Corrie, Jodie, and Paula.
It's way back.
19. Was it not? Was it 23 or 24? 1923.
1923.
I am joking.
Oh, what's that? It's got to be 80s.
80s, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Would you say early 80s?
Should we go for 88?
Okay, 88 for Corrie. Emmerdale.
I think it's earlier than that because 88 I would have been 17. So I think I was younger than that. I think I was more like...
I was born in 83.
Oh God. So
Yes.
You're out.
that makes me feel really
I don't have
old.
any recollection of that story.
So we got 88 gone, go
So
for a year.
I think
Can you remember it then?
I can remember it, yeah. So I think 85.
85,
Oh,
Stephen.
I'll go 86.
And the person playing on his own gets it for EastEnders! And I mean, it is EastEnders, so that's worthy of that. Okay, so Christmas Day, you can all have a guess as well, actually, rather than buzzing in. Not that because we've got no buzzers. Christmas Day 1987 saw Corrie lose one of its most iconic characters, watched by 27 million people. Who was that character in 1987, Team Coronation Street?
Wasn't it?
1987?
Wasn't it?
No,
Wasn't it Curly? It wasn't Curly, was it?
No, they were still there.
No.
Were they still there?
We're
was it
thinking
somebody
back.
in the bath? Was it something with a?
Oh,
No.
No,
It all
okay.
happened in the pub. The
Okay.
final scene of this.
87.
Not Newland.
No.
No.
Was it who used to run the pub? Annie Walker.
She's not. You're not on Team
Oh,
Corrie,
sorry.
Sam. Stab. Let's say, I'll give you all a clue. It's one of the iconic females. Okay, so one guess. Come on, Team Corrie. You go for her.
I'm going to go for Julie Goodyear.
Julie Goodyear played Bette Gilroy. Team Emmerdale.
Did Elsie Tanner make a comeback? Like,
You're on the right.
Which one was Elsie Tanner? Was that...
what about Pat Phoenix?
was that Pat
Snacky
Phoenix?
yards. But yeah,
That
Snacky
could
yard.
be Pat Phoenix.
I think it's
All right, Pat Phoenix here, Team Corrie. EastEnders.
I wouldn't know.
Being on
What's
EastEnders.
that lady who played Deirdre?
Oh, and Annie Kirkbride.
Kirkbride.
All wrong. So it was Hilda Ogden.
Hilda!
It was Hilda Ogden.
It's a hair roller.
Jean Alexander.
I'm just going to pause for a sec
That
just
was
while I
her
turn
real
down the
name, wasn't
sound.
I was going
there.
to say Hilda Ogden. I don't know why I didn't say that.
So all wrong, I'm afraid, there, guys. So next question.
Can we go back?
Can we go back? Yeah.
Start recording. Hilda Ogden.
Okay, so next question. Emmerdale got its highest ever ratings in 1993, before Sam Giles was there,
Charming.
when it drew in 18 million viewers for which stunt? Yeah,
It's a
Paula's
plane
first
crash.
on this one.
It was something at Emmerdale Farm.
Oh,
Was it a massive fire at Emmerdale Farm?
No.
I
Go on, Sam.
I think it was the plane.
Yes!
Really?
Plane crash, so
It was
it's-
plane crash.
Yes!
Was that at Emmerdale Farm?
That was at Emmerdale
Oh,
Farm.
it was something
Into
Yeah.
the
Emmerdale
cow
Farm.
shed.
And the plane...
Killed all chickens.
I was going to tell a story there. Yeah, you did see lots of dead
And that's
strewn
when it
sheep.
changed from Emmerdale Farm to Emmerdale.
Because of the plane crash, they lost the farm. Yeah, and they became Emmerdale.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, they
That's a
still
great
got the
fact.
farm in Mucky Moira, but it's a different Emmerdale farm. Okay, so it's 1 to EastEnders, 1 to Emmerdale, 0 to Coronation Street. Not like we've got a big birthday coming up and you should be winning. So, next question. The first one to put their hand up for this as well. In 2007, Stacey and Max's affair was revealed. Name the stars who play Stacey, Max and Bradley.
Is that EastEnders?
Paula,
Lacey Turner
1.
and Jake Wood.
Yeah, and Bradley.
Oh, Brad. Oh, hang on.
She's nearly there. Actor who plays Bradley, really famous.
Don't time me out. Don't buzz me out.
See, this is what happens.
Charlie Clements.
Yes!
Oh, well done.
Corrie have got one. This is what happens, people, when you
Sorry,
leave
don't get out
soap.
much,
People
can't you?
forget you
Don't
quite
mind.
instantly.
Oh, that's showbiz.
So it's 1-1, just as we got the final question.
Amazing.
So, you can all have a guess. 10 years after the plane crash, a storm ripped through Emmerdale, killing which huge star?
I know.
Samantha Giles.
Trisha.
Yes! So Team
Shireen.
Emmerdale have won the Christmas Snog. Well done. So I'm just going to speak to you all really quickly. So Paula, you played Kylie Platt from 2010 to 2016, half sister of Becky McDonald. But your first television appearance was in The Royal, or was it Heartbeat? Both of those.
Yeah, that was a really interesting story when I first started out. So basically, I got 2 jobs within a week of each other, which just felt absolutely amazing.
Straight out of theatre school, that was
Straight out of drama school,
Yeah.
practically, yeah, maybe like a few months. And I just felt like I was walking on air. I just literally job hopped. And it was amazing. My first job was with Prunella Scales.
Oh my God, that's one of my icons.
So I've got an amazing story where we were in Leeds Station and we went for a wine in the,
With Prunella Scales?
With Prunella
Oh
Scales,
my God.
You know, I was, what was I, 21, something like that. Yeah, just unbelievable. And
Did you talk about Fawlty Towers?
I don't know if we did.
Oh.
I can't remember if we did, but I just remember just feeling like
This is mad.
It was like an out-of-body experience.
And Heartbeat, was that with Nick Berry? Was that the Nick Berry years?
No, it wasn't. That was with Joe McFadden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that was again, you know, and I really do think that character may have stayed on had they not cancelled the show.
And you were a
Because she was
teacher?
a school teacher, yeah, and we had a bit of chemistry in Joe, and I think.
Oh, so
Wendy
that was
could have
just as it
stayed
got
on.
cancelled. How
Just as it got
annoying.
cancelled, yeah. But you know, other things came along.
Yeah, you've done
2 great
so much.
shows.
And then you've obviously done, well, you got killed off in Corrie. I mean, first of all, I just want to ask you, what was it like? Catherine Kelly played your half sister, and you're going into Helen and Jack P. Shepherd. I mean, one of the most iconic people in it, Helen Worth. So what was it like going into such a huge...
Yeah, I think I just knew that I had to pull it out of the bag, you know, to basically stay on the street. And I knew that she needed some roots, some grounding, because her and Becky's relationship was quite kind of turbulent, and yeah, she needed to kind of make a family home. So I was so fortunate that connection worked with the Platts, and the spark that David and Kylie had,
Yeah.
you know, just kind of, it was like dynamite. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I had the best 6 years there. You know, and they make choices. You can, you know, stay, you can go, they can kill you off. They've got so much, you know, they have the say. So that's how it kind of...
And it must be, I think if you're killed off, it must be like mourning for real, like a person.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I was not in a good way when I left that show. I was 8 months pregnant at the same time, so hormones were raging.
Yeah.
I really did need to kind of step away and just sort of reassess where I wanted my career to go. Yeah, it's all kind of, you know, it's a chapter of your life.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Do you have like a farewell party? Do they have like a...
Well, the thing was, right, I got the kind of short straw because loads of people left before me, and we all had leaving parties.
I remember,
within
yeah.
3 weeks of each other. So when mine came, it was
Everyone
a bit
was like, oh God,
oh,
not another
I
one.
think I'm going away for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to get home for my dinner. I did have a good turnout. It was really nice. It was lovely. Yeah, and sad. You know, I still miss them people very much.
And we always say, because who was I talking to? Is it? I mean, it's probably you don't watch it when you leave, but when they replace your partners with someone else's girl, is it like, oh my god, fuming? Yeah.
I do remember, yeah, because that came quite quickly actually. And
I know, it didn't take long. Old
it's getting
David
somebody
Black,
else
did he?
here now, but life moves on.
Yeah, I
You can't
know.
get precious over it.
It's
can
like
you?
real life.
Yeah.
There they are in bed with someone else. Oh, actually, and each of you, I'm going to play Christmas Snog, Marry, Avoid. So you have Ken, Nick, and Tim.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Ken, Nick, and Tim. Who are you going to snog? Who are you going to marry? Who are you going to avoid?
Okay,
As Kylie, probably, as well. You don't need to know as Paula.
well, I did two of them. Things.
Yeah, oh, you did, yeah.
I've done two.
That was Ken and...
Yeah. In the bed. Okay. So I would snog Nick,
yeah. Marry...
Yeah, I'd marry Ken. He's a stay.
And avoid Tim.
Avoid Tim, the window
Yeah.
cleaner.
Oh, yeah, he's only a
Dodge.
window cleaner. Earns
Depends what I
nothing.
can do with his answer.
Yeah. So, Kath, we've already had an episode with you, so I am going to just do a little thing with you. Obviously, if no one's listened to it, which everyone has, but if you haven't, listen back now. It's
Why not?
online. I want you to remember the characters you played in these shows. Holby City. She's
I
gone
was
blank.
a bride, but I can't remember.
Well, you were in it twice. I've got Judy Stevens and Mackenzie something.
Was I in it twice?
Yeah.
The Mackenzie's ringing a bell. I don't remember.
So she doesn't know that one. Can you remember what you were in Sorted?
Oh.
You didn't actually have a name. You were one of these.
It was a really small part.
You were a
I was
female
with
viewer.
Yeah, something like that.
Who were you in Florence Nightingale?
I was Florence's sister,
Called.
and I can't remember.
This is going well. We've got 3 more. Let's see if you get one right.
What was her name?
Partenope? I'm not sure I've said that right.
I can't remember. That's
Can't remember that
terrible.
one.
How would
Who were you in
remember
2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps? Amy. Who were you in Trolleyed?
Oh, sweating. This is terrible.
Oh my god, Trolleyed you were in loads as well.
I know, but I've slept since then. Once I've played a character, I actually...
She's dead to you.
She's
You were
gone.
Emma.
Emma.
And one more, Red Riding.
Tessa!
Yes! Oh, did you? Oh! So Stephen. Oh, Snog, Marry, Avoid, Kath. So you have David, Mike Baldwin, and Alec Gilroy.
Oh, babe.
Oh, as a choice.
David, Mike Baldwin, and Alec Gilroy. I'd
Who-
snog David.
Yeah,
I'd marry Mike, and I'd avoid
Alec Gilroy.
Alec
Yeah.
Gilroy.
Oh.
Because Mike's got a bit of money on.
Yeah, he has. He'd probably cheat on you, but that's all right.
Yeah, don't
Because you'd be
mind
kissing
that.
David.
As long as I've got a big telly and some nice
Yeah,
slobber.
you're fine. So Stephen, so you played. I worked with you on Emmerdale with the lovely Glynis Barber,
Yep.
the worst detective in the world. Because
Yeah.
you were much better and she was your boss.
We were dreadful detectives.
Yeah, you were dreadful
solve- we couldn't
detectives.
solve
Well, she
anything,
was
could we?
sleeping with the person who killed Tom King.
That's right.
And you, what did you do? Just kind of.
I was just a
You were a
sidekick.
bit of Vera, you know, like Vera, Brenda Blethyn. You were the one who stood behind her, just
Yeah, I
one
was
step
sidekick.
behind.
I remember
nodding.
coming onto the show, and Glynis said, "Look, if you want to be on shot, just stand behind one of my shoulders."
Yes.
So, that's kind of what I did for a year. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
and she said on her podcast that she wished her character had slept with you.
Oh! Wow, I'm happy with that. I'll take
Yeah, there's a little Christmas gift for you.
that. Thank you, Glynis. You've made my day.
So you were also a dentist
Yeah.
in EastEnders. Did they build you Adam Bateman? Did you have a dentist place?
My very, very first episode, which was a complete nightmare, was in a dental surgery, and I basically had this team of these professional sort of dentists like coaching me about this treatment that I was supposed to give Honey, Emma Barton's character, and it was awkward because it was just kind of I couldn't remember the scene at all.
No.
All I remember was choreography because
Of what you
it's
were
really
doing in her mouth.
Yeah, absolutely. No, because it's really specific about when you put the gloves on, when you show them your equipment,
right?
So to speak, and like when you're allowed to open the packet, so that do you know what I mean? There's a sort of order. How
Dentistry, everyone remember we're talking about here.
Yeah, absolutely. So I gave her a good drilling.
Well, you actually did, because then he got together with Honey. Obviously, that scene was did you fall in love quite quickly with her?
It was kind of like I basically gave her a filling. And then that was it.
It's Christmas puns are plenty. I would have. Thank God I wasn't directing you on that. Oh my God!
And then that was it. We were sort of together. Yeah. And then immediately he started cheating on her.
Oh, did you?
Very quickly. Yeah, that was kind of.
Cheat on Honey.
Well, I started with.
Well, she was cheating with you, wasn't she? Though, was she still with Billy then? Or
no? She
no.
wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Billy
She
were
left.
Not together at that point. So I was.
This your game? No, she wasn't.
No.
Yeah, Habiba. She was kind of like came through like an orphanage together, and she was way younger than me.
Oh, right. And you happened to meet up in Albert Square again.
Yeah,
amazing.
But then it was all these other women that we never filmed me with these other women.
Right, okay.
Which is a real shame. But so yeah, it's just right at the end when I came out and Honey sort of gave me what for. Then it was kind of all these names were sort of. I was like, who are these people?
And again, you've done Emmerdale, but I do think EastEnders has probably got some of the biggest matriarchs in. Was it quite nerve-wracking seeing Kat Slater, Jessie, and
Yeah, I mean, they're all really, to be honest, I mean, everyone's so sort of, because you're hanging out in reception before you're going off and do your scene.
Yeah, because EastEnders doesn't have a green room.
Yeah,
he's sitting in the porter cabin, they just got a couple of couches in reception.
That's it.
And the dressing rooms are in porter cabins as well outside.
I wonder what it's going to be like now, whether they're literally going to have
because they've got the new square now, haven't they? So I think everything will be rebuilt. I remember basically I did East Street for Children in Need, and the Corrie people came down, Helen Worth and stuff came down to EastEnders to film, and everyone was so nervous. But I just remember the EastEnders going up to Coronation Street going, are they joking? They've actually all got dressing rooms inside. They were furious. And EastEnders were going, oh God, maybe we shouldn't have let this happen. No, joking, but no. So, but it must be, like filming I mean, I always think for all the soaps, your first day in the pub must be the weirdest.
Yeah, it's odd.
Yeah.
It's definitely odd. I mean, because obviously everybody's there, and then you're kind of in this goldfish bowl with it. You feel like everyone's watching your performances.
Yes.
And I definitely got steered a bum steer one time when I was in there, and he said, look, the music's really loud, so we really need you to speak up.
No.
So I was doing that whole yeah, absolutely, yeah, we should go on together. And literally all the other characters were just looking at me like
oh no!
And I was like, have I been given the bum stick? What? And then obviously was told.
So you were the only one shouting the scene.
So then on TV I watched it, and I was literally the only one that was fully projecting my voice, and everyone was giving it like
brilliant
under the breath acting. And
there's two stories. I won't say the actors on Emmerdale. There was one actress who asked the director, not me, often when we film stuff, you're like, can you give a couple of beats there because I want to get a reaction to so and so in. Anyway, so she kind of gave 5 beats of nothing, and then in the edit they hadn't cut to anything. She was furious. And I remember in the shot, Roxy, who plays Layla, she misunderstood what the shot was, so she turned to face the counter at the back, the wall.
All right, on the night or something.
And the scene carries on with her just facing the wall and not moving on. Have any of you ever had anything like that?
There was a scene on Corrie, it didn't involve me, but I know that they played a different song for the actors and then changed it in the edit, and they took like the whole rhythm of their movement.
So you're all out of time.
Kat, you nodded.
At my first television job, because I'd only done theatre at that point, which was No Angels with Catherine Kelly. Thank God Catherine Kelly was on that job. So I was stood like this, and then the director shouted, I want it more dirty. Now I had no idea what this terminology was, so I started going,
She's making salacious.
like seductive faces, and he's like, what are you doing? And then Kate said, no, he just means dirty is in the shot, so your shoulder's in the shot. And I was like, oh right, okay, because I thought it wasn't even a rude scene, like there was no
just the big
I was like,
well, the best story I ever know, and this was told to me by the producer of Heartbeat, I think it was that there was a scene in Brookside years ago, and the stage direction said they were hovering in the background listening to the phone call, and the director misunderstood and had the woman hoovering in the background. And then in the edit, they were like, well, how on earth has she heard the phone call? Because you got in the background. So, Sam Giles, quickly talking to you, because obviously your podcast is coming out, so I don't want to ruin any of that. I'm going to do the same thing as I did with Kath. Name the character you played in which show.
Right, okay.
Who did you play in Absent Friends?
Marge.
Yes. Who did you play in Dead Fully?
Funny.
Sorry.
Lisa.
Oh my God.
She's good.
Who did you play in A Taste of Honey?
Helen.
Yes. Who did you play in Season's Greetings?
Belinda.
Yes. I can't read the next one. Who did you play in Double D?
Rosalind.
Oh my God. Full marks. And that said it was directed by June Brown. Is that the June Brown from EastEnders?
Yeah,
Oh,
she was in it
really?
as well, yeah. She played a part as well. I had to tape her neck every night, every performance, because she was in her 60s.
Well, so how long ago was that?
And
that was a stage show, yeah.
It was probably 28 years ago.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
No, a little bit less.
I can't imagine June. I mean, I bet June's an amazing director, but
yeah, she was great. She was great to work with, but she was in her 60s and she was a scraggy neck. And she said to me, "Right, Sam, I want you to take my neck back, dear."
she reminds me of kind of, oh, Sam. Oh, Sam.
She'd hold it, and I'd put this wig tape at the back of her neck, so it gave her
my
instant
God.
pull back, like a lift. Yeah. It must
Wow.
have been terrible by the end of it. Must have been a real turn.
You know we're all
I'm going to go and try that,
Yeah, there's a Christmas tip for everyone listening out
Just get
there.
the really good wig tape.
Oh, actually, I think we're supposed to say don't do things at home.
No.
Yeah.
Don't do it,
So,
don't do it.
Jodie, hi, Jodie.
Hi.
Yeah. So, I mean, you've done so much stuff. I mean, we all remember Jodie winning I'd Do Anything.
Yeah.
Was it like breaking people's legs behind the stage to win?
Yeah, totally. I killed everyone off. Do you know what? It was a really nice experience. People go, those reality shows are horrible. But it was a genuine, lovely experience. We only had one nut job, which was dealt with.
Right.
But it was good. It was great fun.
And again, you were the judges. I mean, amazing.
Yeah, judges hated me. That was the down point. But
They didn't, did they? John Barrymore
Denise
said at the beginning you were going to, yeah.
They were good to me. But in all fairness, both Cameron and Andrew were really lovely to me after that. And I've worked with them since.
Oh, so did they not like you at first?
No, they just totally wanted Jessie, who's freaking done amazing things. But it was just the way, I got called too old, too fat, and I was like, "Stuff, you're still doing it. Bye."
Yeah.
No,
Sorry, Andrew.
Sorry, Andrew.
Yeah.
But no,
Did John Barrowman and Denise Van Outen appear on any other series with Andrew Lloyd Webber?
Yeah, I think they did.
Oh, did they? Okay.
I think they did. I think they did quite a few. But they have, and I'm not just saying that, both of them, Andrew and Cameron, have been really supportive ever since.
And what was it like? Because had you been in the West End before you won a part in the West End?
Tried my living, every part of me tried, and I just never got it.
And I read you went in Les Mis in the ensemble to give you the experience of the West End.
Yeah, that was an experience. And at the time, they don't have it anymore, do they?
The Revolve.
They had the Revolve,
Yeah.
right? Could I get on that plane? Jesus, I was like Michael Flatley on steroids. Could not jump on that bugger for life and money. And then I always remember that I did it all right one night, and I was so proud of myself. So proud of myself. And I came on for the bow, and I went flat out. The biggest splat. And all the audience did exactly what you did. They went, and I broke the fourth wall, and I went, "Don't worry, loves, I'm all right."
Perfect.
So highly embarrassing.
You went.
Alone,
Did you do Les Mis then?
I didn't.
No. Oh, okay.
No.
You just looked knowingly about the Revolve.
There is a great story about Les Mis. There was a time when Judi Dench always wanted to go on the barricades, but they could never make it work. But she was doing a show down the road in the West End. I can't remember what show it was. So literally on her interval break, she ran over to the barricade.
Oh, wow.
Died, and then went back to do her show.
That's
a true
amazing.
story,
And
yeah.
imagine watching that. People are going, it looks like you can't be Judi Dench. She's not going to just do that.
You know, it's funny you've said about the Revolve, because Anthony Cotton used to be a dresser on that show and ended up on the Revolve.
Oh, by accident.
By accident. It was when they're picking the crops, so he was stood there in his all blacks and just started pretending to pick crops as he carried on Revolve.
Oh my God.
Brilliant.
And then after you won and after you did, apparently where you come from, Blackpool, they hosted a whole civic reception for you.
Yeah, it was lovely. And then the mayoress called me Judy the whole thing. And you could see people going, Judy, you've done really well. Thank you, it's Jodie. Oh, Judy. She's dead now, and that's true.
Oh,
but
God.
I didn't kill her. But she's, they did actually, all the drag
I used to,
came
on
out.
soap, you used to go and start a soap, and obviously you'd just learn everyone on bloody Emmerdale, then you go to EastEnders. But I remember going to Corrie, And I can't remember who told me and said I was doing this scene with a certain family and they were like, just don't call them by that. And all I did, every single person was call them by their character name.
Yeah.
Because it was in my...
do it, they don't
Yeah,
sometimes.
there was one actress who didn't like it, but so that was the person I just constantly called her by her bloody character name. Every scene.
But isn't that proof that, the job's done well? The fact that you believe
People
it's them.
think
Yeah.
it's I still get called Eva. People will still shout Eva.
Yeah. Well, Nina Waddy said 10 years she hasn't been in it and people still come up going, Zainab. Do you still have that?
Yeah.
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 Well, I think you look quite different, not as
Yeah.
Kylie, because Kylie was quite, wasn't she? So you probably look the most different, I would say.
Yeah, but people do still
Recognise you.
Do still recognise me, yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I know when they sort of said that it was an exit of no return, people were like, "That's a good thing because you can draw a line under it and walk away."
Yeah.
With the amount of people that still now say, "Oh, but could you go back?"
Yeah.
No, not
No, I
really.
know.
People still post pictures of us saying, "Oh, really miss Kylie and Eva's friendship. Kylie and Eva's friendship forever." Like now, years later.
It's mad, isn't it? And I think, well, there is no... I mean, I don't think you could now be a person in the shower that just returns. No. So everyone, we'll remind everyone to go online at stream.theatre to buy tickets for the play, £10. I mean, that's nothing. Take it off
Nothing,
Auntie Marge's present. She doesn't need it. Talking of which, to finish the show, your worst Christmas present ever, everyone. Jodie.
Oh gosh, my worst Christmas present was a budgie, and then my brother let it go. A lovely, beautiful budgie called Dolly, and then my brother let it out, and then it flew away. I was heartbroken.
On Christmas Day?
It was just after, so my mum and dad went to get me another one, searched everywhere because I was heartbroken, and then told me that this Dolly had returned, and I woke up the next morning, it was dead.
Oh, no!
And obviously it wasn't Dolly, but they'd been and bought this other one.
Oh, no!
So, yeah.
Happy Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas,
Happy
everyone.
Christmas, everyone. Kath? And her husband's now in the room, so you can't say anything that Tom's got you.
Well, my auntie buys me the medicinal wine every year. That's a bit depressing. But probably my mum and dad bought me... Oh, God, they're going to kill me. They bought me a plate warmer. And I think this was last year. Just to keep my plates warm. And I was like, but I just bob them in the oven. And they were dead chuffed with themselves. And they were like, you'll use it all the time. And I was like, no, I'll never use it.
When I first got my French Bulldog, everyone one year just bought us English Bulldog stuff. And we're like,
God.
It's not even our dog. Totally different breed. Stephen?
I don't know. I mean, I remember one thing. I was given a bicycle, which obviously is it's a great present when you're a kid, isn't it? But I remember my brother took it out into the garden, built a ramp immediately when it'd been sort of unravelled, and then went off this ramp and landed, and the whole bike's just snapped in half.
Oh no! Oh my God!
That was devastating. So.
Oh no! With the budgie underneath. Just put it on the plate warmer. It'll come back.
Put it in the plate warmer.
Paula?
I think I once got some Earl Grey lip balm.
Oh my!
Oh, great!
Oh, great lip balm.
It's a bit like...
It's lovely. Yeah, because I'm very good at doing that. Oh, that's amazing. Thanks.
Oh, just put that on eBay.
Yeah. Sam?
It's not good when people think they can buy me clothing or
Right.
stuff like that.
Take
because-
note, husband.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't actually.
Oh, right.
He never would, and I wouldn't buy him any clothes either because he's really fussy. But just sometimes people get the colour totally wrong. That you would. I remember someone buying me a scarf, a pashmina. I really wanted pashmina, and it was like a burnt orange colour, which is a colour that I would never wear. And I was like, a soft pink or a mauvey colour or something, or even green, but burnt orange. It was horrible.
I think mine was someone actually bought me, serious, because I don't see why it's funny, the emoji shit cushion.
Oh, wow.
Was that an insult?
I don't think it was.
It's a weird thing to
I know. So that's still in the back of the cupboard somewhere. When you're like, oh.
Yeah, but
I
that's it.
don't like things with swearing on that people think
Yeah, people think, there's funny presents.
It's not funny.
My auntie bought my
Wrong
kids
audience.
Hookapoo last year.
Oh, yeah.
Hook the different
Alfie's
birds,
obsessed with
which is-
Well, everyone, thanks so much for joining on Paula's Hookapoo. You can imagine Paula and her family sat round the tree playing Hookapoo this year, and I'm going to leave you with the single that's also released and available on Apple and on Spotify and on Amazon Music, starring Jodie. Can you give me a burst?
I am what I am.
There we go. Look, how can you refuse that? So go and put that. That will be the best Christmas present ever. Happy Christmas, everyone.
Happy Christmas!
I am what I am. I am my own special creation. So come, take a look. Give me the hook or the ovation. It's my world that I want to have a little pride in. My world, and it's not a place I have to hide in. Life's not worth a damn till you can say, hey world, I am what I am. I am what I am. I don't need praise, I don't want pity. Bang my own drum. Some think it's noise, I think it's pretty.
And so what if I love each feather and each spangle? Why not try and see things from a different angle? Your life is a sham until you can say, hey world, I am.
Sometimes the ace, sometimes the deuces.
It's my life, and there's no return and no deposit. One life. So it's time to open up your closet. Life's not worth a damn till you can say, hey world, I am.
I literally love that song. All three of them have got the most incredible voices, and you can buy that now for just 59p from iTunes, Amazon Music and Spotify, and all the proceeds, once again, go to struggling theatres and artists up and down the UK and in Ireland. I'm back next week for an extra special festive edition of the show. 3 cast members from Emmerdale. We've called it We Three Kings, very clever because the 3 cast members are Nicola Wheeler, who plays Nicola, Nick Miles, who plays Jimmy, and the return of Tom Lister, who died as Carl King, and he's back especially for Christmas. I'd like to thank, as usual, David Stevens for his edit and technical wizardry. Make sure you get all the Christmas shopping done, so next week you can sit back with a mulled wine and enjoy.